Hey guys, today I will tell you about carburetor without auxiliary venturi. It's a carb from my collection. This is one barrel carburetor Ford Motorkraft 1V. And here you can see the marking of it. And here we can see that it was made in 1974. It was designed for a Ford Fiesta with 0.95 and 1.1 liters engine, and for the old Ford Transit with 1.6 or 2 liters engine with suitable differences in main venturi and jets. Now let's look at this exemplar. First of all, it has no rod of a cold start system, but it's not so important in our situation when we look at it like in museum, because now we will concentrate at technical special qualities. First of all, I want to say that it is lightweight. I remember some similar carbs and they are heavy. The reason of this is specific casting. All aluminum was left at foundry. The external size of a carb have next. Vacuum union for a distributor. With this channel, it goes right here into this hole. You can see it opens rather quickly. Here we have a plastic union for a flow chamber disbalancing or for ecology. You know, something like a plastic box with some coal which can absorb vaporized petrol. And here is union for a petrol line. The casting have one more place for additional union. Here is accelerating pump with outside damping element. Here how it works. So this spring is positioned not inside accelerating pump diaphragm. The next is idle mixture screw and the air idle screw. It works by opening the throttle, and here we have the hole of an idle mixture. And here we can see the progressive system holes, and they opening rather quick. So, if we will make bad adjusting of the idle air screw, then we will open transition system holes and vacuum line to distributor, and this will make us problems. And here we have some channel which is transit, some vacuum somewhere there. And other vacuum line to power valve. We will look at it when disassemble this carb. And here we have a tube for a flow chamber balancing. Near it we have the main system air jet. And here we have the whole of first channel of idle system. And here is the second one with air jet. And here we have small nozzle of accelerating pump. It sprays somewhere there. So I think it's time to disassemble it and look what inside. Okay, let's look at it. Here is the nozzle of main system, which could be an auxiliary venturi in our modern understanding of carburation. And here, in main venturi, we can see two additional pins. I don't know exactly why engineers put them here, but I think that it is the cheap method to decrease the diameter of main venturi and speed up airflow. It can make carb more usable at low RPMs or with smaller engine. Other idea is that they make some additional turbulence of airflow. Let's check the diameter. It have 26 millimeters. Strange that we have no such sizes in specs. Interesting that aerodynamics profile of upper part of main venturi is aggressive. The confuser have little haze. If we will look at it from the bottom, we can see some small step, and on a border between diffuser and mixing chamber we have something like a step, but in this case it is super smooth, more likely a chamfer. Now let's look at idle system channels. This is the fuel channel with an idle fuel jet. Here we can see the way of fuel from main system to idle system. Here we have the whole of air channel, and near in confuser we have air channel with idle air jet. All of this goes by this channel to the idle mixture screw and goes further into intake manifold. We have no easy ways to change any idle jets. All of them is pressing into the carb body. And here I want to notice the great production culture. These lines of mounts increase tightness around channels. We can see it on the paper gasket stamps. So let's continue. Here we have the well of accelerating pump. There is check valve should be inside it, but it was lost. Here should be a little ball with additional small weight, and some check valve here in flow chamber. And the petrol from accelerating pump goes into this nozzle. I don't know its diameter, but it looks like 0.4 millimeters or smaller. And let's look what we have inside accelerating pump. Here we have rusted spring. The diaphragm have no damper, but have paper gasket. I'm surprised that the canvas is still soft. And here we can see the deterioration of a rod. The adjusting possibility is an interesting feature of outside damper. We can add here some additional shims to increase the injection power of accelerating pump. Inside the pump is nothing interesting. Let's get back to idle system. The screw have no rubber ring. We can use paper gasket to analyze the channels. The vacuum goes through this channel up to this channel of bottom part. Here we have no holes. In top part of a carburetor we have channel for this vacuum. It goes here in this vertical channel to power valve. It's a pity that this valve is not work. I think that it have strong deterioration and some oxides. And let's look at this hole. From outer side of carburetor we can see two caps for two drilled channels of power valve. All these channels creates vacuum balances for power valve work. And now let's look at fuel jet of main system. It have marking solix and size marking is 110. Let's check it by calipers. 109 is OK, 110 OK, 112 OK, 115 is too big. So we have here a little bit bigger fuel jet. Here in this well we can see end of emulsion tube, which is fixed inside it. And from the other side we can see the hole and air jet of main system. Going through emulsion tube, this air mixing with petrol and go further to the nozzle. From the side we can see fuel channel to idle system. Now let's look at float. Here we have a pin. The float is damaged, but it looks like unbroken. Here we can see the adjustment tentacles. Here we have valve needle. It looks like Weber needle with modern properties. The needle socket have two holes from the sides, and that's all. It took us more time to discover all these channels than they are. In the end, I think I should say my impressions from it. Well, it's funny. It's good that somewhere there in the past someone designed this carb for its intake manifold. I have strong feeling that this carb is from 40s of 20th century. It's too simple as for me, but thanks to this it is very reliable. And it have a power valve, so that's really cool. In our time, I don't know who need it except restorers or some crazy experimentators. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Wish you all the best.